pee right now. So yeah.
It's too late for
Go.
Well, yeah.
Game.
Promises,
Instead
promises.
of free game, you get it.
There's
Thank you.
one of your
Thank
one of
you.
your big
Thank you,
sidekick orcs
everybody.
is an Orog named Bruce,
Bruce.
who is
Wait, a what?
is it Orog or Olog?
What are you talking about?
He's like a big ogre guy, but then not an ogre. He's not a
I've
troll.
got an ogre slang knife.
He's like a mini troll.
An
Yeah, it's like
Got a
urukai?
plus 9.
No, not an
Ogres.
Urukai.
No, it's an Olog.
Olog.
I showed my child Summoner Geeks this weekend.
How did that work out?
It was really good.
But his name.
We have just screamed. I've got an ogre slang knife.
His name is Bruce. His name is Bruce. He's Australian.
Good day, Bruce.
G'day, Bruce.
Good day, Bruce.
All right,
But I
speaking
mean-
of which,
Michael
goodbye,
Baldwin, Bruce. Michael Baldwin, Bruce.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, the orcs are fantastic.
What the hell was I gonna say?
I'm about to share, so say
The-
it now.
Just
That's-
are we online?
We are.
So
I'm sending a tweet. I've got a lot of lady shoulder in this tweet. I'm
Good.
using my body to promote our podcast. So
Thank you for selling your body for us, Liz.
you're very welcome.
Liz,
Continue to pay you
I
in
know,
love.
I know that you do it to promote yourself, but
That's
please.
true. Listen, I'm an independent woman. These are decisions I make for
I'm
myself.
fine with it because the bigger the Brink brand gets, the bigger our brand gets.
That's true.
We're on her coattails right now.
That's, I mean, it's accurate.
Why does your hat say 3?
My hat says 3. It is a Chance the Rapper hat, which came out with his third mixtape.
Is it is it a mixtape and not an album?
It is not an album. So Lil Chano produces all of his music and distributes it for free on SoundCloud, Spotify, and etc. And so he makes all of his money on shows, merch, and etc. And so typically we
Please
call that a
repost as
mixtape.
appropriate. It is now posted to the Facebook page.
Huh. Because I mean, when you say
Wait.
mixtape, I think of like
crap.
a
You think of-
curate.
Yeah, you think of
I forgot my
A playlist.
Instagram is broken.
RIP.
Yeah, so I tried uploading a video and it just stopped there and
Fun.
won't let me delete it, won't let me retry it. And now whenever I try and post something else, it just says we'll auto post eventually. So this
Someday.
happened over the weekend and I don't know if I'm ever going to get my Instagram back.
That's fun.
So here we are.
Try rebooting your phone.
I have.
Oh.
It's the app. It's not
I
my
was
phone.
going to say uninstall and reinstall.
I've run out of
Oh, yeah.
options for troubleshooting as my IT skills fail me when it comes to phones.
They mainly fail the people around you.
And so a dude at the gym once asked me if my hat had a 3 because I like NASCAR. I was like, I am white.
Do you have a 3 because it's the magic number?
Yeah.
I mean,
And also because I love Chance the Rapper. Hi, Chance.
We have
I know you're
viewers.
probably
We have
watching
7
me.
viewers.
7
Hi,
viewers.
Well, it's just
guys.
like,
Wow.
like a thing
Sorry,
you would say,
we're-
like, well, we could hire the stockbroker, we could hire the baker. Let's chance the rapper.
Let's Chance the Rapper.
Let's see. Twitch.tv.
You know,
I
Liz
love him.
Brink, did you
Yes.
grow up in an environment that had retirement funds spent on commemorative Dale Earnhardt Jr. plates?
I mean, almost certainly. my father, whom I love, like travels to NASCAR races. This is his retirement. Is that he camps at NASCAR races.
That's dedication.
And when he's on the East Coast, he's like, Elizabeth, you should really come to Dover Downs. And I'm like, I'm real busy.
What
Real busy not going.
what season and we'll do the intro. We'll do the podcast intros at the end. But we're season 1 episode.
I think this is
5?
Yeah, let me check though because
Yeah.
We're checking on the episode number because you having the episode number is important.
it
on
would be the
episode
6th
6.
episode. Yeah, so
6.
episode 244, season 1, episode 6.
Exact text that I just got is Millhouse 69 reporting for duty.
Nice.
Yes!
Ah!
just what we need. More in jokes. All right. Welcome to the Ratbaggers, season 1, episode 6. I am Cameron McNary. I play Rilquist, geriatric former consigliere, who also happens to be very short.
I'm Molly McClanahan, and I'm playing Gail, who I didn't think about more things to say about Gail.
You like how I sprung that on you? I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm going to say a whole new thing about my character.
Gail is still Gail, except now she's level 2 Gail. She's Gailed up.
Greetings. I'm Liz Brink, and I'm playing Mizzy Stoneacre. I'm a Dwarven cleric. I have one eye. What's up?
Great. I'm Narissa Hart. I am playing Jovi, half-elf ranger, and Dari, I am dog.
And I'm Ryan Seguin. I'm the dungeon master, the master of dungeon-esque ceremonies, and I will be literally everyone else.
I love how subdued the
And
beginning of
I'm
this episode
the
is.
scenery. Liz, are you sure that she would want to be known just like as somebody with one eye? Is that what defines her, really?
I mean, no, but yeah,
Okay, got it.
It's kind of her brand at this point.
it really is. I mean, it's a baby brand.
That is like the world's biggest Dr. Pepper. Like, ka-chunk.
Is there a knife switch on that can?
I tried making it softer. I got 3 hours of sleep last night, y'all, and we're doing a double show tonight. So today is going to be real interesting. And I was trying to keep the noise down, and then it just made it 15 times louder. And this is a tiny, tiny can of Dr. Pepper.
That is
I don't know
3/4
how
of
it
a
produced
can.
that kind of noise.
The Ratbaggers, brought to you by Dr. Pepper.
But well, if Dr. Pepper, if you want to,
We're here.
we are up for that. So let's go around and do the I leveled up and this is what I got.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I leveled up, and I'm still running the game. Go ahead, Cameron.
Level 2 Dungeon Master.
I leveled up. I got 7 more hit points and cunning action. That's it.
What does that allow you to do?
Cunning action allows me to, as a bonus action, on my turn, at the beginning or end of the turn, I can take a dash action, a disengage action, or a... What's the other one? Hide action.
Ah.
I got some more hit points, and I got 2 things at 2nd level. So I have danger sense, which means I get danger sense.
Highway to the
Danger zone.
zone.
I love it so much. I'm sorry. That was amazing.
I was trying to see if I could...
We should really learn that on the
Girls,
nuke.
danger sense.
What's Danger Zone?
Oh my God, Liz, please.
Okay.
I knew you weren't in danger.
Yeah, I was trying to trip Molly's danger sense by
Nope.
tapping on her opposite shoulder.
Nope.
And instead, you inspired us to both learn it on the ukulele and play it.
The great thing is, it has to be something that Gale is currently looking at.
Yes, so I get advantage on dexterity saving throws against any effect that I can see. And then
It is
Any
not,
effect.
It's not
like,
your reaction speed. It's your ability to jump out of the way of things you're aware of.
right, it's like I noticed a thing, so now I can get out of the way.
Does it go for special effects?
Yes.
Like, there's like a smoke pot or something,
Yes.
and you can say, I see what that is.
I have like +2 against star wipes.
I was about to make a green screen joke. Oh my God.
It's like the first people who ever went to a movie and they ran out of the way because they thought the train was going to hit them. It's that.
Yep.
But
Wow.
she has advantage on those.
She
saving
does.
throws.
Yep. I can run
You're
away.
not-
twice
you're not
as
getting
hard.
Be
crushed.
the first paranoid person in the audience to jump out of the way.
Liz is very loud, by the way.
I'm
Her gain is through the roof.
I'm
And also her mic is probably turned up too.
Shush!
Ah!
Everybody but Liz. Shush.
Nothing but love. Nothing but love.
Liz, give me some chatter.
Hello, my name is Liz Brink and I'm here to talk. I'm very loud, just generally and also on this podcast. I don't really know what else to say. It makes me want to quote Annie DeFranco. She wanted to loom. I don't know. Sorry.
Perfect.
everybody. Thank you. Good day.
So my second thing is that I also get reckless attack.
Reckless.
So if I choose, I can attack recklessly. So that means that I get advantage on that attack roll, but then I have disadvantage for the rest of my turn.
Or,
Or they have advantage against me
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
rest of the round.
I believe that's what you let you guys slaughter a whole bunch of barbarians in Barovia many moons ago.
Oh,
that-
really?
that
Were
very
they
same-
Yep.
were they attacking recklessly?
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, hey, dead. Huh. Turns out being able to hit your enemy is extremely effective,
Yeah, so I have to be judicious in my recklessness.
which means you're going to use it every round.
Maybe.
Judicious as in indiscriminate.
Maybe.
To be determined.
Mizzy got some extra hit points and also my channel divinity to do some stuff.
And you can prepare an additional spell
I
for
can
today.
prepare an additional spell for today. If anybody in the chat would like to suggest a spell,
That's asking for trouble.
I love it though. Let me tell you what I love to ask for. Trouble.
Right here in River City.
Yeah.
Liz, your
Starts
gain,
with
your
T.
gain is way up right now.
Yeah. Just gains. This is.
Wait,
I feel like this is a perfect opportunity to endorse my trainer, Gaines Tweets. He was great. I lost a lot of weight. Go on.
Wait, River City, as in like River City Ransom for the regular Nintendo?
No, with a
No.
capital D
No.
that rhymes with P
P
and that
that
stands
stands
for
for
pool.
pool.
Let's dance for pool.
Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little.
Cheep, 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 talk a lot, and a little more.
We could do a whole musical here. Okay, really, you don't. Music Man.
Wow.
The Music Man.
Wow.
Classical musical
Wow.
that starts with one of the first semi-rap songs that made its way into theater.
A patter song, as it were.
Yes, yes, it is actually very great, even though now the song Show Poopy has really not aged well.
It really
It
hasn't.
really has not. So the rest of the musical is delightful. And then you have the one sexist ass song that's like, hey, if
An
a
ass
girl
song.
ever kisses you on the first date,
She a slut.
she a slut. And you cannot marry her. It's, yes, but that is Music Man.
I saw Tommy Tune on tour with Bye Bye Birdie, and he hit a dated moment of the show, like where what the lead guy tells Rose to go back to the kitchen or whatever.
Harold Hill.
No, not Harold Hill. This is Bye Bye Birdie.
Oh, but sorry, Conrad or
No, Conrad's not the lead.
English teacher?
The English teacher.
Yes,
No,
okay.
yeah, and anyway, and he tells her to go back to the kitchen or whatever, and he had this whole thing where he broke, and then turned to the audience. It was like, well, it was 1954 or whatever, and of course he had that choreographed to do every single night as a way to get over that particular moment in the show that was incredibly sexist.
It's gross. But also, mad props.
Yeah, good way to handle it.
And
Is-
I've played Birdie too.
I was Ursula, and having to sing the We Love You Conrad song over and over is the most annoying thing on the face of the planet. Ask any girl who had to be in the We Love You Conrad Bye Bye Birdie fan club in high school. Ugh. Anyway, okay, so Jovi.
No, but figuring out how to have a beer can explode as hugely as possible every single night, that was a joy.
That's fun.
Yeah. Anyway,
Okay, so Jovi got 10 extra hit points. On top of that, I actually got some pretty cool shit. So I get to take a fighting style. So I know we had that confusion with 2-weapon fighting a few episodes ago.
as we always do.
But I took 2-weapon fighting as her fighting style. So basically that means that whenever I attack with both my weapons, I can actually add my ability modifier to the second attack. So I'm going to be adding dex to both attacks, which is really, really nice. On top of that, let me see. I got very distracted. Sorry. On top of that, I also get ranger spells now. So I start with just 2 first level spells. And you'll see what those are later, but I'm very delighted by my choices.
Well, you said ranger spells. This is like it's something like fainting spells. You just turn into a ranger for 3 minutes.
The vape is no.
Oh, I got the ranges.
Yep. And I realized I actually have a question for you right now, Ryan.
I have answers.
Great. I don't have any stats written down for Dari because I envisioned him being a wolf, but I know that he's also been described as just a pupper, so I didn't know which animal you'd prefer me to take the stats for.
We've got mastiff.
Lion.
Oh, that's right. They're
All
in the.
dogs are just puppers.
Yeah, so there are mastiffs and there are wolves in D&D 5e, so I didn't know which one I could take the stats of. For
Either
Dari.
one.
War horse.
Yeah, whichever
Alligator.
whichever
Riding elephant.
Pseudo dragon.
Tut tut.
whichever one you feel is statistically appropriate for Dari, I'm fine with either.
Reef shark.
Yeah, when it comes to stats and stuff like that, like as long as it's not like, hey, I really like how cool 5th level spells look. I know we're 2nd level, but I really like this one. Like obviously you're not asking for that. You're like, can I just take a wolf and call my dog, basically statistically a wolf? Yeah, absolutely.
He's a good big boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw
totally.
statistically a wolf open for Baltimore Bitchface in '78.
How were they?
Had a little bit of a bite to him.
Ah.
13 armor class.
A little shaggy.
I thought they were mean.
Okay.
Think about it.
In that case, I'm going to go ahead and take... I'll take a look, but right now I'm going to say I'm probably going to take wolf stats for him. So just wanted to confirm that with DM. Thank
There's
you.
definitely a mode joke I need to make in there, and I don't have it yet.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Do you have a monster manual I could borrow?
I do. It should be in the player's handbook.
It
though.
is.
Oh,
it is.
is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Back
Animal
of
can-
the player's handbook.
Oh,
Yep.
great. Thank you.
And a significance joke.
Yeah. So now that y'all being
Performance was significant. No. Not there
I
yet.
had to pee less than 5 times.
Nah.
I howled.
God, what the hell is
They really packed him in.
It was a significant turning point in my life. No.
Yeah, workshop it.
I will.
All right. So, you all have retrieved the debris of the Reese family. What's the word I'm looking for?
Cameo.
Cameo. Yeah, I kept wanting to say curio, which is accurate.
Also true.
Yeah. And also their family wax seal intact that you were not originally set for, but it seems to actually be whole, as the other thing is a bag of dust. That being said, you then, unless you have any other objections or plans,
We stay here.
This land is good.
We
shall-
wait until we sit here and we kill rats until Mizzy can raise people from the dead, and then we bring back Bilge back.
Yeah.
The beloved audience character.
Long live Bilgeback. Long unlive Bilgeback.
so you guys just grind rats,
Yeah.
in
Yep.
kill boars in the forest.
Yep.
And that's how we get our name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It finally happened. The Ratbaggers.
Roll credits.
We're done. Bye.
You all sail back up the river.
Wow. Railroading.
Unless this has been fun.
The fact that she got you is the best part of that.
Because my brain hits this whole thing like, oh fuck, am I? Like it makes me question for a minute, and then my brain goes, wait a
I'm sorry I
minute.
did this to you.
Consider the source.
Rude.
Liz makes jokes. Is this joke funny?
Yes.
Yes, this joke is funny. Good one, Liz.
Thank you.
But-
I like how you get to see into your decision tree there.
Well,
And it took him exactly that long to get
Yep.
there. That's the other thing.
Stop chat.
yeah.
Toad Sparks would like to know where Molly got her shirt.
Molly, what does your shirt say?
It says disgusted noise.
In parentheses.
Yes.
Where did you get it?
The internet.
Is that from a thing?
Redbubble, actually. Yes.
What is it from?
From Dragon Age Inquisition, when Cassandra's annoyed and she goes, ugh, that's the subtitle for it. Disgusted noise.
That's pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I was going to say, for as far as my decision tree is concerned, it might seem like I went through that fairly quickly, but that's an eternity for an android. That's
Love you.
That's a first contact joke, by the
Yeah.
way.
Yep.
Anyway,
Carry on. I'm sorry that
I'm just assuming that it took you so long because you ran through like every potential outcome of that decision tree and you had to weigh the benefits of each.
See, we're really all about immersive narrative gaming.
Molly,
Like really just getting a story going and just like, just living in it.
you have cracked the code as to how my brain operates on a natural level, and it works really well for my job. In regular everyday life, I was like, wait a minute. Okay, wait.
Like, oh shit, this situation isn't an if-then statement. I don't know what to do.
Every situation is an if-then statement. Every situation is an if-then statement.
That explains so much.
I feel your pain on that one.
All right. So,
Are we headed back to Wadnays?
yes.
Great.
In Wantham.
Yes.
Want them.
Womp them. You all womp your way back up the river.
Stomping on a river.
And because I do not have any tutorialized or otherwise placed random monsters along the river, your river sailing is uneventful.
Sailing.
Sailing
Down
on
the
the river.
river.
All right, I'm in.
I just did
But
that
there
with-
is a
with
sing-along.
With Wantham.
Just
already.
I know, but I
musical
wanted to do it
break,
again.
Treasure
All right,
Island
that's
style.
fine. That's fine.
Speaking of Treasure Island, as Liz and I were going over Mizzy's character sheet, we discovered that she in fact came with a treasure chest.
Is it actually her chest? She just has like a brassiere stuffed with gold coins.
That's up to Liz.
Canon. It's canon.
I mean,
Is it just in the blister pack? Like, the action figure? There's just a treasure chest in there?
no, like I think that I took like a standard adventurer's kit or something, and it comes with a chest and fucking 13 torches and 10 rations.
Yeah, we were
and-
looking at. I was like, you have like enough to equip a small army that's going to go somewhere, and it says because D&D Beyond just put it all in your pockets that you're just carrying it. And
This is my stuff.
As long as you can get your arms around it.
it was
To my arms.
My-
I can't carry 13 torches. I'm a dwarf.
And I was like, why do you have... And the great thing was, I was like, why 13? Why did you go, I need a baker's dozen of torches? Forget the fact that you can see in the dark. You needed a baker's dozen of instantly ignitable sticks.
Yeah.
They're for keeping the bugs away when you settle down and camp at night. They're actually tiki torches.
No, they're just the citronella torches. It's fine.
I could totally imagine a dwarf going like, I have to go out in nature where there are plants and not just rocks. I need citronella candles.
Yeah, whatever the Greyhawk equivalent of a mosquito is, she probably has never experienced them before. Experienced them once and decided never again.
Well, I mean, they'd be mosquitoes or sturges.
Do they have malaria?
It's a bit of a leap there.
Is she gonna get like West Nile but Greyhawk?
Sturges have a disease, don't they?
Nope, not
Not in this
fifth.
edition. They
Yeah.
have in previous editions.
Not in 3.5 or Pathfinder.
They
that I remember.
carry a disease or they have a disease?
They can give you a disease, I think.
Oh, I really want to do a fake study about that.
About bat mosquitoes.
I want to see your
And the disease they give you and pretend like I'm doing case studies.
I want to see your paper on mummy rot.
The 5th edition art for Sturges makes them look like they belong on the set of Fraggle Rock, but they're horrible blood-sucking monsters. Like they went. Yes, they went.
Suck
from
your
being-
blood away. Mosquitoes for another day.
Immersive narrative gaming. That's what we're really all about here.
So
Extremely well timed. I'm very proud of it.
That was my rhythm for the year, everyone.
Good work. We're so white.
So, if anyone else has any other stuff they'd like to store on the ship, this is your ship now.
This is our ship now, and the point is that my chest is on the ship.
Yes.
Yeah.
As is mine.
My foot locker.
Did we name our ship yet?
No, I don't think you
No,
guys.
we
ever-
said we would wait until it came
That's
to
right.
us.
We were
and at the
waiting until it
moment-
told us.
I don't think she's told us yet.
Yeah, we haven't spent much time with her.
No. Maybe this is our bonding time with the ship. As we make our way upriver, there's nothing attacking us. It's just us and the boat and the river.
Yeah. It's just.
You okay there?
I just watched you clap and I realized it wasn't appropriate in that situation. So I sort of backed up from that. So just excuse that very graceful moment I had.
Okay.
Look, don't back away from a clap. There's no such thing as an inappropriate
Fine.
clap.
You should back away from the clap.
Yeah, that's fair. If you're at a funeral and you clap, everyone should be like, you know what? I'm with it. Like
You should be the one person that starts that slow clap that gets
Yeah. And then Chariots of Fire starts playing.
And then the preacher looks at you and is like, what are you doing?
And then the corpse rises and turns into a lich. Little did anyone realize it is the crescendo clap that brings the dead back to life as liches.
So Tinkerbell is a lich.
Yes.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
that's
All right.
accurate.
I love that.
And I mean, I'm fairly certain that like Peter Pan is her phylactery, which is why she like doesn't want anything to happen to him.
That makes me feel gross.
Because she was like,
Very weird about this.
like she was,
It's already problematic enough.
Yeah.
and like she was ready to murder anyone that came near him. That's the only reason I can think.
That bitch is murderous.
Yeah, she straight up like tried to kill Wendy because she was like, "You're gonna touch my phylactery. Like, back off. I need, I need you to not."
Well, I understood where she was coming from before, but now I get her.
Except that is headcanon.
Yeah,
I'm down.
yeah. Tinkerbell the Lich. I need that crossover shirt. Hatred be damned.
So Wadney, We make our way to Wadney's house.
Yes,
Here we
yes. You get back to Wamtham.
Wamsum?
Wampum. And you dock your boat. At which point, you do have your money. She did give you each your 500 gold. So you can request passage. You could hire a cab to take you out to her estate, or you can walk the couple hours out there. Or all you all could get you could buy horses. You know.
Well, if we buy horses, we have to keep them on a boat the rest of the time.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and I don't know how conducive they would be for that. No, honestly, I'm okay with just us hiring a carriage. Before that happens, though, Cold Collars is nearby, right?
Totally.
As we see the place, I'm gonna pull Gail to the side.
Yes.
Hey, so I have a proposition I would like to make. I don't know how you would feel about this. I tend to get very one-track minded when I'm given a challenge. And as fun as the other day was, I feel kind of bad for stealing that poor man's shirt. I was wondering if I could purchase it back from you. I'm happy to give you back the 2 silver.
Oh, we can have it. I just wanted to see it happen.
Great! That was a lot easier than I thought. Thank you! And I take the coal collar back.
All right.
But I do put it on for a minute and just look at me, I'm Coca-Cola, and then I give it back to you.
Is there? Were you planning on going back there for any reason, or?
At some point, yes.
Okay. I just realized this.
You
Die.
just sneak up and hang it on the line, like it's been there the whole time.
Oh my God, Cameron! I need you to inspect this D12 for me. The numbers are not opposite sided like they should be.
This is a counting die.
And so is this D10.
Who needs a counting D12?
I don't.
Who counts to 12?
A counting D8. All of these official Dungeons and Dragons dice, except for this D20 and these D6s, are counting dice. I don't get it. I'm sorry, my ADD just stopped there for a second. I was like, these are improperly balanced.
I'm pretty sure the count doesn't need any counting dice to count.
He hasn't.
How else did he learn, Cameron? Maybe he needs to encourage others.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
11, 12.
Health.
And it stops right there because it's a D12.
Well, that's, and also because that's how the classic.
Yeah, but now we know what happened. Wizards of the Coast happened to Sesame Street. I refuse to not accept that this is a fact.
Okay.
All right. So, would any of you like to do anything in Wamtham before continuing to Wadney's house?
Oh, is this
We can go to-
no? Let's just go to Wadney's. We
Wadney's
can always
house
stop here
eventually.
on the way out.
The reason I ask is because if you're like, oh, it would have been really helpful if I had armor on that last mission. I'm going to buy armor now.
Okay, I want to buy armor, but
Yeah, then you can just say that you stopped off at a store
Okay,
on your way.
I'm buying some armor.
You bought armor.
nice.
Yeah.
Makeover.
You find a dingy blacksmith.
French tuck.
What kind of
Always.
armor are you purchasing?
Can I go with Mizzy?
I mean, probably
cool.
probably some leather armor. I'm
You'd
not
have to
sure.
ask Mizzy if she's okay with you
Hey,
shopping. with her.
Mizzy?
I would love to.
Great.
Somebody to tell me how svelte I look. The armor I'm gonna buy.
I think you're a hill dwarf.
I'm a hill dwarf.
Are they proficient with heavy armor? I
Yeah,
have
that's
no.
That's mountain dwarfs.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and I know that
And I
like
think that's medium armor, not heavy.
okay, and like different domains for clerics give you different armor proficiencies. So I'll let you can do that.
I'll figure it out.
But
Thank
y'all
you. Carry
go
on.
shopping.
We shop.
We go shopping. You come out of the dressing room a few times. And we give you thumbs ups or give you the shake of the head and the
That's true.
crossing of the arms.
It's the dress montage from the
Yep.
wedding singer.
But the reason I asked is because it determines what type of place you would go to. Because if you're going to go buy leather armor, you go to a leather worker. If you're going by
I'm going to buy leather
Clerics are
armor.
proficient in medium armor.
I'm going to buy some leather armor.
leather armor, okay, so y'all go to a leather
You can
worker.
get something heavier than that.
I know.
Okay,
Yeah.
just checking.
and they're
I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons for some time, Cameron McNary. Thank you.
So,
Busted.
I have an
question.
aesthetic.
Noted.
Question for the shopkeep. So, I have a friend with me. I was wondering if we could get him some armor as well.
So the the shopkeep's leatherworking station is more like in a covered garage. It's not a real inside building, and it reeks of dead deer hide and other large, thick woodland creatures. Like there's elk hide, hart hide, stuff like
Wait,
that.
is it a leather workers or a tannery?
Both.
Okay.
I mean, I
That's
lived off the
gross, but
land.
okay.
If the guy is telling me this to be like, are you sure you want to fit your dog in this? I mean, I lived off the land for quite some time. That doesn't exactly bother me.
Nope,
You're
nope.
making use of the animals that you kill.
Nope. This is purely for background effect.
Oh, great.
And it looks like an old graying human male, and he's just sort of doesn't look like he can see real well, and he's like, okay, I can make armor. I haven't made armor in a long time, but I'll make armor.
All right, Mizzy, you first.
Oh, he squints at you like he's like, I don't mean to pry. Are you a dwarf?
I.
Okay, all right, give me a minute. And he goes out and he gets like different measuring tools. He's got like these old archaic like compasses and stuff rather than using tape measure or measuring string of any kind. And he's like, all right. You gotta prospect a dwarf for armor. You can't just measure him up. String just doesn't work right.
It's like a French curve made of obsidian.
They all look like jerry-rigged cheap farm implements, but he gets your measurements and he's like, so
Perfect.
do you want standard or you want studded?
Studded.
Okay, I'm gonna have to order the studs. I can get it to you in less than a week if that's all right.
Sure. I don't
Okay.
know how long we're gonna be around, but whatever.
Does it have like punk shoulder
It
studs?
definitely does. Little pyramid
Yes.
spikes. It's great.
And he'll get your input. He's like, do you want it dyed?
Green.
Green. Okay, what kind of green? He's like, hold on, let me go get the book. And he's
So we have
This is all
plenty
I've
of
ever wanted.
samples here. If you just want to look at the colors
And-
and pull them up. Oh, that goes great with your skin, honey.
and he's just got a bunch of like random leather scraps that have been dyed, and he's got like the
Are they all just labeled green though?
Green. Green 1, green
Yes.
2, green 3.
it looks like he's got the earth tone spectrum. So he pulls out, because it's not like you ever get anybody that's like, I want it orange or purple. So he pulls out the range of greens, and he's like,
They're all exactly the same color, but they're labeled like a rainbow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he does seem to have them labeled, because it may be as if he needs to read the label rather than tell the difference in the green. But yeah, he's got some nice selections.
I mean, like a dark green, evocative of the sea.
Deep sea green.
Yes.
Okay, he looks at the tags and he finds one labeled deep sea green.
Perfect.
He's like, yeah, okay, yeah, I got a forester that I can get this from.
Sahuagin sapphire.
That's
Perfect.
blue though.
Yeah.
It's like a blue green. Is that what are you imagining for Sahuagin sapphire?
Well, now
Because sapphire is blue, but what about the Sahuagin nature? What about the shark skin?
it's
color?
it's one of those supposedly evocative color names for like paint and everything that makes no goddamn sense whatsoever.
Is it just a really light blue, or is it like a bluish gray?
I think it's like a navy gray.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to process the words you just said, but I accept them. How do you navy gray?
It's navy, but it looks more clouded. Is
Yeah, it
the best
looks
way
a
I can
little
think to
dusty.
describe it. Yeah.
Ah, I'm into this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the bilge back tan. Can I get this in bilge back? Yeah, so he'll hook you up. He says it'll take him a little while because he's got to acquire he's got to get some studs.
Don't we all?
I think it's for Jovi to watch that Mizzy is that she's doing this purposefully, but also kind of timidly, where the green like the sea makes her kind of weird. She's like,
You okay? Are you okay, Missy?
I'm fine.
No.
Fine,
Hey,
fine. I'm fine.
hey. That's gonna
Fine.
look great on you. Don't. Why are you getting so
I'm-
embarrassed?
Not embarrassed. Dwarves don't get embarrassed. I've never been embarrassed before in my life. I got it. What are you getting? What are you getting?
I'm not getting anything. Although I have to say, this is hysterical to watch. Hey,
Nobody look at me.
Mizzy,
Mhm.
you're good.
Yep.
So,
So yeah, he comes back and he's like, so for your friend, what? Oh, and then he's startled.
Your
and
friend.
He's like, oh, why didn't you say you wanted animal barding? That's different. He pulls up his hands. Not saying I can't do it. It's just a little more difficult.
I mean, I'm completely okay with that. I mean, I just had payday, and she like puts down a bag.
He's like, okay, okay. He says, for animal barding, I charge 10% over human prices. So what do you want for the dog?
Studded leather.
Studded leather.
God, it's like a fur tax up in there.
He's like, okay, well, hold on. Let me go get my barding measuring, and he'll come back. You guys got.
It's the exact same measurements as before.
But I'm gonna say in canon, I want the studs sort of like the spine of a dinosaur. So the studs are just right on the back on the spine. And for him, I want them to be in like a nice rich red, like this red of the tablecloth.
All right, yeah, he can do it. He can do a nice deep red, and he's like, okay,
Barking burgundy.
and you'll see.
Yes, barking burgundy, please.
Okay. He takes he has a small chalkboard. He has several small chalkboards, and he draws out the design. And he's apparently an excellent artist.
And as he's measuring, Dari puts his little paw out because he knows shake. He knows how to put his arms out. He knows what's up.
He's got like what looks like little cuffs, so he's measuring Dari's joints and whatnot to make sure that it fits. He's like, yeah, I used to do animal barding all the time. Don't get many canines though, but
What kind of animals did you used to work with?
horses.
Okay, fair enough.
The army had tons of armored horses. Extremely common. Most of what I made was the underside that the plate that the male would sit on, or the chain ring plate, whatever.
Can I ask what army?
Ours.
Okay.
Not,
Yep. Yeah, totally. That makes sense. Yeah, let's wrap up this order then. That
Sure,
would be
and he'll-
super great. Thank you.
Yeah, if you just look up, I don't know the price off the top of my head, but it's 10% on studded leather.
It's okay. I'll take a look. But yeah,
Sure.
okay,
It's
cool.
700 gold.
Yeah, he's an old Nyrondian man, and it looks as though his shop has kind of fallen on hard times because he was profiting from there being a war economy, and now
Now he's reduced to making costumes for dog.
he has made a functional
He used
Ren
to-
Fair costume for
he used to-
your dog.
You know
Be the
what?
costume designer for the prancing Lippinzon
Yep.
boulets of Furiandi.
So normally
You can teach
it's,
a boulet dressage. It's great.
normally it's 45 gold pieces, but as I see Mizzy looking exceedingly giddy, and as Dari looks extremely happy seeing how his shop is in disrepair, I'm actually going to give him 60.
Oh, okay,
It's important to tip your service people.
He'll
True.
You know this is Greyhawk, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
She's making a friend.
Yeah, he'll take it and he'll be like, "Oh, thank you." Yeah, okay.
What was your name, sir?
I haven't thought that far. I'm gonna
Always have a name list
Salty
prepared.
Salty
Pete!
Wait, this is a good job for Xanathar's guide.
Bilge Pete.
Oh, Bilge Pete.
I thought of everything except
Salty back.
for
Salty back Bilge Pete.
We are, in fact, bringing Salty back.
Let's see.
I'm bringing Salty back.
I'm gonna give him an. I'm gonna give him an English name. We're gonna go to page 184.
For those of you following along at home,
Yeah, that's right. Because if you're like, oh, I want,
Turn to page 184 now. Beep.
we need that.
We're great.
Let's see. English male names. What is 81? He is
Bilge back.
Roger.
He's
Roll for it. His name is Roger.
every one of my
Great.
dad's friends growing up was named Roger. Every single one of them. Roger.
Well, pleasure doing business with you.
Roger.
Pleasure as well.
All right.
In the meantime, Gail is, while she's waiting for them, she is in the tavern, She's bought around for everyone.
Nice.
And
You went to Cold College?
Yep.
Okay.
And is
Everybody's...
doing a dramatic reenactment of the Battle of Bilgeback.
How many Bilgebacks are there in the retelling?
Oh, there's like a bajillion, but there's only one that really matters because he's the tragic hero.
Yeah.
And we had a very wonderful death scene together where he died, and I cradled him in my arms, and I tried to save him, and it just didn't happen. It'll be okay, Bilgeback. I know it's getting cold.
Is anyone else helping you with the reenactment, or is it just Gail?
Is Gail proficient in performance? I feel like she needs to
She's not proficient, but I have a +3.
be. Okay, you know, it counts. Sure. You know, I'm just imagining again, giant muscle woman enacting her own version of like a bodice ripper play out in the middle of a bar while everyone's drinking.
Yep, including her.
Including. That's given. I love Gail so much already. This just cements it. Yeah, Cole Collar will chuckle. Everybody else will have a raucous good time. The drinks and the good story are always welcome. Again, he's there if you have any questions about. He exists sort of as a meta device for me. If you guys have any questions about the world itself.
Does he have griffins?
No.
Okay.
No, he is not a giant with a floating castle that has griffins in it that exists purely for his job.
Can he
is
show up at some point just to say hi?
No, because I think Cameron will shoot me. I think Cameron will actually
physically murder you.
He'll bring a crossbow, a hand crossbow.
Legit.
Yeah. If all of a sudden, I can't even remember that guy's name. I gave him the stupidest accent too.
Zoom Thwobble.
Yeah.
McGillicuddy.
Yeah, the guy that gets high and just takes you places. The toked out taxi driver that has pet birds that you can hang out with.
Fly in my beautiful castle.
I didn't even invent him either. Like that was.
No, that's a Chris Perkins special.
Yeah,
that's gotta be.
Like Storm King's Thunder. Boy, did it go.
And how? Und wie,
Yeah.
as it were.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he exists if you're like, I want to know about this thing, and then I would pull out the Greyhawk book and give a colorful NPC retelling.
He was Storm Giant Miss Frizzle, basically.
Yeah. But he was a Storm Giant Miss Frizzle with like a coke problem. Like
Miss Frizzle.
I mean,
like he had a special lair.
Hey guys, get in the magic bus. It's the best thing. We are going to learn. We are going to learn about the circulatory system. It's going to be the best thing ever.
Fun fact, my friends and I have a very long-running inside joke where anytime someone says the word Coke, it can be in any context, we all just go together as a group. So I need to corrupt you guys so you do this with me. That is all.
You're going to have to keep working on that one. But I appreciate it.
No, I'll keep it going.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, because like he would float up into his magical tower and it's like, I'm going to go look at the future, you guys. I'm going to go see what the spirits have to tell me. And like the GM had to make like willpower saves to make sure he didn't pass out from getting high from looking into the future.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So about Miss Whirple, or whatever the hell her name is.
Wadney?
Wadney. That's what I said.
So, Gail, if you don't have anything for Cold Collar, and y'all are done requisitioning or purchasing your leather armor, studded leather armor, he's got to pick up the studs. And then,
He just walks to Cold Collars on like a Thursday night.
Hey, Cold Collar, I need some studs. Like 6 dudes pose.
hey.
That's it. I'm just just tapes a bunch of Polaroid pictures.
Pretty sure there was
studs from the bar.
Pretty
to
sure
this
there was
leather.
It's
That
Always
is
Sunny in
what color
Philadelphia
Bilgeback
episode.
is.
That was that exact thing.
What, Molly?
Kat sent us pictures of the colors we should be looking at.
Oh wow.
That
Oh
is
my God, we have
Bilgeback.
actual color palettes.
Fort Production doesn't have enough to do, I think.
No, I think Fort Production is doing
Exactly what Ford Production does.
That's right. So you all take the multi-hour trek over to Wadney's estate. And Yeah, we'll say, what time of day did you all want to set out? I will let you all pick the time of day if it's relevant for you.
Well, I know that last time before we departed, we stayed the night back at Coal Colors, so we probably want to make our way there earlier in the day so we can make the trip back. I'm sorry, I ruined your dice box. God, I am a klutz.
That's okay. All it did was shut it, and I'm not rolling right now. You just made
Okay.
it so the DM can't roll mean things at you.
Good, great. Yes, so I would say like early day, midday. guys?
10:37.
10:37 a.m.
All right, so
Greyhawk meantime.
you get it. You get to Wadney's at prime brunch o'clock.
Sup, bitch? Where's brunch?
Mimosas.
She is sitting out back in her garden.
Is she wearing a bathrobe, like a Golden Girls like bathrobe? There's a lot of flowing.
Have we made it through a single episode
No.
without a Golden Girls?
No, we've
reference?
not.
Excellent.
Is she
Well,
on the
not since
lanai?
the original.
No, she does have the flowing, vibrantly colored clothing, and
Okay.
she's always exquisitely dressed.
swathed in robes?
And superfluous cut hole. She has distressed clothing to show her more vibrant colors.
She has the old
underneath.
slash and puff. That's what they're called.
That was-
Not the
that was-
old, but it is slash and puff.
That was my nickname back in college.
The old slash and puff.
Uh-huh.
That's just what I give people. I give them the old slash and puff.
I don't know what that is.
Not just the
Okay,
slash.
yeah,
Not
yeah.
just the puff. The
slash.
old slash and puff.
I don't know.
Yes.
It makes me feel weird.
Yeah, I'm with you, Liz. I'm right there. I feel. Is this good or bad?
I don't know.
It's
I mean,
it was pretty distinctive to medieval and Renaissance German noble clothing. You would make a cut in your sleeve and poof, so that you could see the fanciness underneath.
Yeah, hers isn't poofed.
It's just
It's just strips of clothing that are slashed in such a way that as they flow, you can see shines of other colors underneath.
it's flappy.
Yeah.
And she's wearing sequins underneath.
In the Greyhawk universe, it's buckloonish. But
Oh.
yeah, that word we all know.
Good morrow, Wadney.
hail.
She comes
Well
up.
met.
She comes up to the front door holding.
Your buckloonish vestments are beautiful this morning.
Is she holding a Pomeranian? Because that's what I'm imagining.
No. She comes to the door, eating her breakfast. She has
What is she eating?
scones.
Just a
I
fucking
thought you were gonna say like,
granola bar.
Murder.
I thought you were gonna
Okay.
go like a human leg.
Right? She has like a horse leg. It's like,
God, Jesus.
Hey, this is Steve. He's my breakfast.
Heyo. She seems to be having scones and scotch.
Nice.
At 10:30 in the
what
morning.
flavor are they?
Respectable.
What?
What flavor are the scones?
Lemon.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just look down, look up, and say, "My kind of woman. Can we have breakfast like that?"
Did you buy yourself some?
I
God, she's a bitch.
She's like, I think someone in town serves it.
I mean, I brought you something from the mission, but you know, if you don't want it, then like
My lady,
You're gonna hold her-
my lady Wadney, we have completed your assignment. Your assignation as assigned.
Fantastic. Let me finish. She says, come in. I'm not going to leave you all on the doorstep.
kiss ass.
Yeah.
I'm preparing myself to again retell the saga of Bilgeback.
So there we were. Sicily. Picture it. Sorry.
The fan
Two households.
spins.
Okay, you got them in your mind.
Okay.
Two households, both alike in dignity.
dignity. Okay. Sorry.
They were both the House of Bilgeback.
They're both.
Bilgeback v. Bilgeback.
Yes.
They were Bilgeback again.
Now, here's the big question. After we tell Wadney the whole epic tale of us besting the trap and learning how to open the front door, taking out Bilgeback, what is the final pose that Gale lands in? Because I have a feeling that all the rest of us were just watching or helping with a few of the reenactments, but most of it was Gale.
It is Botterstripper-esque. She is perched in the middle of the lanai, if you will. I'm assuming we went outside because that's where she was before.
Yeah.
And she's clutching like the seat cushion from the presumably wicker furniture that's outside. And she's clutching the seat cushion and just like doing kissy faces with it, and she's sobbing and just being like, Bilge back. And then she takes it and she kisses the forehead of the seat cushion and she puts it down.
Sleep, sweet prince.
And there's a pause of
And then she
infinitely.
just stops like.
It's a pause of infinitely awkward silence. Realquist, with his face fully palmed, looks up and here is the curio in question.
Jovi has a tear in her eye and just
Dump it out.
No, I give her the
know.
bag.
I
Give her the
know.
bag, and she's like, do you also give her the stamp, the wax seal?
I didn't necessarily give it to her, but I guess we also came across this objet.
She takes it from you, and she goes, "Oh, thank goodness. The curio would have worked, but it would have been far less precise than something that's whole. So thank you." And she looks over at Gale and everyone else, telling the guiling tale of Bilgeback, and she just has one eyebrow raised. She finishes her scotch, and she's like, "Wow," and puts the scotch down. And she goes, "Well, now that that's over,
Management people, management.
So great. Well, you all performed admirably well. I'm extremely
Just now, because I'm gonna put that in my.
put that on your resume.
It's-
that
yeah.
was fantastic. I mean,
Straight
really.
special- whatever
special
the-
skills. The Ballad of Bilgeback.
Putting that right on LinkedIn.
Yeah. She's like, you know what? Sure. Does Mizzy tell her about the Prokin visit?
Hell no.
Okay.
Not.
Not with present company?
No.
No.
That sounds like something you'd have to go to the doctor for.
A Prokin
Like if
visit?
you were due for a Prokin visit.
Yeah, she hasn't
If your
told,
Prokin
she
visit
hasn't
lasts
told-
more than 2 hours, consult your cleric.
she hasn't told anyone about it yet, has she? No.
I saw bits of it.
That's
I was
right,
hanging out in
yeah.
the crow's nest. And
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So
I might want to like retcon eventually that I received some sort of talisman.
that's absolutely
And
fine
so-
by me. Yeah, like that could be your new holy symbol if you
Yeah.
want.
And so, because
Yeah.
I think that I probably didn't have one until then.
Did you cast spells before that?
No,
I don't
I
think there
think
was
think
a-
so.
I don't
you
think there was
wanted
ever a
to in
time
the
where we
battle, but you
did.
weren't able to. Yeah.
And I did. Like I healed,
afterwards.
but that's it.
Yeah, because a
So-
divine focus would be required, so that would totally fit. You didn't have one before, that's why
Yeah.
none of your spells were prepared. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So-
Whatever you feel is.
And so it's possible, like, if I can get her one-on-one, I might ask her about that.
You could,
then.
if you ever ask
So-
her to speak with you in private,
Mhm.
you totally could. Those of you that join her on the veranda, out back, is a veranda out back?
yes.
Okay.
It's only a piazza if it's on the side.
I think a veranda, it's basically a porch, but it can be anywhere.
Okay.
What about a portico?
A portico is the overtop.
If anyone is paying attention to her garden, you could make nature checks.
I will make a nature check.
Same. It's lovely, from what I've heard in the description thus far.
There's flowers in it.
Goddamn flowers.
Even with my +2,
Wow.
I'm proficient in fucking nature, and total I have a 6.
7.
I got a 16.
Gail!
What's up?
I get a 15.
It's another flower.
Can we eat them?
No, maybe not a good idea. She already seems a little pissy as it is.
Cameron.
No, Liz.
No, I was gonna hold on. You realize that none of the plants in her garden are edible. They all seem to, and most of them you haven't seen before. Liz, you recognize that the same thing, that none of her plants are edible, and you've seen spellcasters in the past use these. In fact, I give that to both of you because it's a DC 15. Both of you recognize that she grows mainly spellcasting reagents. Yes, for production, there's something from chat.
We have a bilgeback limerick.
What?
It will have to wait.
It's true.
I think unless we need to hear it right now.
I think
No,
we need
yeah,
to. I
let's-
think we need to hear it.
Okay,
Right now.
I'm wrong.
Okay.
Hold on. I think for this though, if we're going to be delivered a limerick,
Do I have to do it?
no, well, it has to be mic'd, and because we do not currently have a microphone pointed.
So
for
we will
production-
get that delivered to somebody who's on mic, and we will deliver that limerick momentarily.
Yep. All right. So, that being said, yeah, you notice that she seems to grow a lot of spell reagents in her backyard.
That makes sense.
I don't understand. Just it mystifies me. Why? Oh, I just don't get it. The joke is that it's obvious, people.
Yeah.
That I would. Yeah. Liz, don't give me that face ever again because it hurts me. It hurts my feelings.
Sorry.
She's over here with this stone face. Like what? What are you doing, McNary? Aside from ruining this entire evening.
Wrecked. Earlier today, I was in a parking lot and my children ran into the parking lot because children are fucking idiots. And I got to use my mom yell like in the parking lot, and everybody around me like stopped and was like, "Is my mother yelling at me?" All of these grown adults. It was perfect.
But that's not my middle name. What?
I know exactly. It was just because I was very upset. My children nearly got hit by a car, but you know,
But they didn't.
but they didn't
That's
because the
good.
mom voice. Are you going to do this for us? Here comes Narissa Hart to deliver a limerick.
Bilgeback was the name of a guy whose life was a tragic lie. He was smart and wise, but his hideous disguise meant the adventurers would make him die.
To whom do we credit this incredible
I
limerick?
can't snap.
If I have notes about scansion, where should we refer those to?
I mean, we're about to find out the name of the user, so who sent that? So Cameron can send them notes, apparently.
I am Lord 9.
Hello, Lord 9.
Lord
One-
9. Great.
yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
Greetings.
I'll get in touch.
Okay, so talking about the flowers in the garden, talking to her on the veranda. Yes.
I mean-
And she'll say, "All right, well, have we hit time for this episode?"
No, we're not. I'm just checking.
Okay, I thought you were giving me the signal, like, look out, clock's gonna strike us. Not gonna strike a time; it's gonna strike us.
It's a violent
That's a
clock.
very violent clock. Is it an enemy? What's its AC? You need to know these things.
My favorite enemy is time.
It
flat circle.
It changes every round because the hand changes, and its AC is either 1 or
But
2.
it can only block if you're like at these.
Oh, that would actually be hysterical. I would want to fight that enemy. That'd be fascinating. Okay, so Wadney.
Yeah.
Oh, Ryan.
Yeah.
We're out of time.
Are we?
No.
Okay. That just makes me think of Back to the Future because the license plate.
Your kids, Marty.
Anyway, so she'll say, "Well, I have the next thing then that I need you to do, but I'm guessing, based on everything that you all told me before you came here, that you would that each of you would likely request something other than money for this service. Is that true? If you would like to discuss your compensation with me individually, I will respect that. Some things requested are private. However, I would be giving you the ability to solve your problems, not solving your problems. That being said, even if you discuss it with me in private, you will likely have to ask your compatriots to go with you to solve said problem. So, but if you would like to discuss with me the viability, I will do that.
Realquist will take cash.
Okay.
He has problems, but he's not ready to discuss them with anyone.
Okay. She'll offer you another 500.
Yeah, sure. That's good. Yes, I know how to count money, and that's that's money.
I would like to take cash, and if you have another one of those cash in on a favor from Cold Collar Coupons. I'd like to take one of those.
Why? She looks at you like quizzically. She's like, at this point, you can afford a lodging. Do you have a particular reason? Did he say he wasn't going to let you back unless you come back with
No, it's not that. It's just the thing I have to ask may not be something he necessarily wants to settle with money. And she is very strongly fidgeting with a ring on her finger. That is not just me doing that. That is something Jovi is doing very fiercely.
She sort of looks at you, and she's like, she sort of shrugs, like, okay, sure. Is it all right with you if I... She says, what am I saying? I'll take the amount for the room out of your compensation. So I'll give you 490 gold and the letter.
Yeah, fine.
She says, I like you, but...
Really? Not making that super apparent. Work on your people skills.
She says, but I don't give out my recommendations for free.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, I'll take it. All right.
And so she'll do that. Okay, and she'll get you a coupon. she'll get you a Groupon for Airbnb, or CB&B, Cold Collars, bed and breakfast. Does Gail or Mizzy, do either Gail or Mizzy take her aside to discuss non-monetary recompense?
I just tell her I'll think on it.
Fair enough.
I will, and use this as an opportunity to sort of discuss, like, we go into her study or whatever.
Yeah.
And I will sort of grab the talisman and show it to her and say, like, I'd really like to know if you know anything about this symbol.
Okay, so the first thing that she's going to do is she's going to say, all right, well, I'm not going to leave you all here to do nothing. So she'll go back inside and she will pull out like a
Scrabble.
No, she doesn't pull out Scrabble to entertain you.
The entire back catalog of highlights for children.
She had all the figurines
Goofus
and the
and Gallant.
coupons. So, like, if she had just a dusty bookshelf that was just board games, that would fit very well into the aesthetic we have established thus far.
She offers. She puts out. She says, "Will you all have ale or water?"
Ale.
Gail?
Yes. Yes. I spit on my glasses. I was very excited.
Ale for Gail.
Realquist.
Yes, I will have water, if you please.
She gets you each pint glasses, and she fills up with a. Those of you that ask for ale, she gets you what looks like a fine pilsner, and for Realquist, a crystal clear glass of water, and then she brings out crackers and very salty jerky, and like small bits of dried fruit. Very obviously stuff that, without refrigeration is the only thing you can preserve. But, she puts out a small plate.
Great. We start snacking.
And she says, and if you need to relieve yourselves at any time, I understand that she
Tell me about Wadney's bathroom.
Thus, we answer the eternal question: is this going to be a campaign where we care about pooping or not?
Do you really care about this and eating and the long stretches in between every adventure?
I have a song to sing.
It's the George R.R. Martin.
What's happening?
It's
Please, nothing Game of Thrones.
she has a water
Please.
closet.
No, just the 12-page description of food.
No.
And then, she'll take Mizzy upstairs. And she'll say, she'll shut the door and say, so, Miss Stoneanchor, what is it that you have for me?
I would like to know what you can tell me about this.
And
She'll
what do you
hand
show
it
her?
over. And the talisman that I got.
Does it have Prokin's symbol on it? Does it have the cresting wave?
Yeah.
Should say, holy symbol of Prokin by the looks of it. I don't know much about the gods and their ways. It's not my business.
Do you know anybody who does?
I imagine those versed in religion, you could take it to a college somewhere where they teach classes on the subject, or you could seek out priesthoods, monasteries, that sort of thing.
We've got plenty of clerics where I come from, but
Moradin, I assume.
yeah.
And
so I don't even know where to start.
she looks. Oh, I see. Interesting. So this has sort of happened to you.
Yeah,
I've never heard of that, but
recently.
I see. Well, from what I understand, Prokin does not have temples or priesthoods or monasteries. But if you're looking for literature on the subject, a Church of Palor may have something. Palor is one of the other Titans, as best I can remember, and that would make him a relative of Prokin, and they may have something in their holy texts that talks more about him. That's the best I could offer you. Now, we don't have that large of a presence here anymore. Most humans, most denizens of the most Flanish people worshipped Palor. So if you go to Relmord down at the end of the river, the capital would certainly have something, which is helpful as where I'd be sending you next.
Okay. Thank you.
I have a present for you, Liz.
What did you just hand Liz? For those that can't see what we're...
Are you there, Prokin? It's me, Mizzy. A book by Judy Bloom.
Man, if Mizzy gets her period, I might have to go home.
Oh my god.
Wait, how did you spell Prokin?
The way that you would spell it if Greyhawk wasn't stupid.
It's C-A-N, but anyway.
Wouldn't that be Procan?
I mean, he's not a toucan.
Procan.
Procan. He's pro-can.
Hates these cans.
Procan.
Yeah, no. Anyway,
Procan.
good job, Cameron.
Thank you.
That's a good job.
I'm not
I
saying,
folded over.
I really, it looks
You
like
made
a book.
You made it a little book?
I made it a
I
little
love
book.
it. Yeah, and she'll say, that's not really something that offering you advice on speaking with priests is not something that I really have to compensate you for.
Yeah, no.
That's not.
I still expect my 500 gold.
She says, of course.
In the event that she has.
Where I'm from, gods are not looked highly upon. The open worship of other gods was not allowed, which is why my land turned out the way that it did. Well, it's very complicated, but that is why nearly no one from where I'm from has any knowledge of the gods. So yeah, those in Realm Mord would be able to tell you more. Convenient as I mentioned, where I'm sending you. Was there something else that you expected or hoped that I could do?
Not yet.
Understood. Confusing. I know what it's like to come into power unexpected. She says as she sort of looks wistfully at a number of things around the room. But you'll figure it out in time, I'm sure. As loath as I am to admit it, this would actually be something more that someone like Cold Collar could tell you.
Okay.
He's been everywhere, and his past is far less violent than mine. Though our paths crossed many times, he was far more amicable to most of the denizens of the Flyness than I was. So he could tell you more.
I'll pay him a visit. Thanks.
Sure.
Excellent.
Giant hairy man bursts through the door. You're a wizard, Mizzy.
I'm a what?
And she'll come and she'll collect the rest of you that had been snacking, and she'll.
Missy missed the
I
snacks.
have had one fig
fine.
that I have eaten approximately a
15
tenth of
rations.
the entire time because
Actually,
I'm like.
Do you have
a bazillion
15
years old.
lemonades to go with your 15 rations?
2 lemonades.
I actually saved an apple, and when you get back, I say, "Hey,
Thank you.
yeah, no problem."
Crunch it.
You know that was on the plate. Take it never mind. Never mind.
You guys
Well,
ate all the
I didn't know
food.
if Gail was gonna shovel it all down.
No,
I saved it just in case.
Never mind. It's a very nice gesture.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
I imagine that Gail is a considerate shoveler. She one of those people that like looks at all of the
Is
food.
that the name of our boat?
The considerate shoveler.
Like looks at everything she's about to eat, sequesters it away from everything else, and then begins to inhale. Like I can't be rude and eat everyone else's food if I've already taken everything I'm going to eat.
The sea shoveler.
Yeah.
Considerate shoveler.
The considerate shoveler.
It was my nickname back in college. Think about it.
And
I prefer not to.
she'll say,
I
"So,
get that. A
our
lot.
I will maintain our current contract. What I need you to do next is go and find the last member of the Reese family. I will not, however, be able to give you the information as to where you will need to go until sundown. So in order to not force you all to walk all the way back home, you may take your leisure in my home until the sun goes down, at which point I will go to the basement alone, determine the answers that we seek using that which you have brought me, and then we will adjourn to my office and discuss. And I know I will not force you to walk back to Wamtham in the dark. So I will establish lodgings here in my home so that you all may be comfortable for this evening.
How uncomfortable are you right now, Wadney?
My God, we're gonna paint each other's
Look.
toenails, and we're gonna tell secrets and talk about boys.
Spin the bottle.
For production, what's our time right now?
We're at 9:09.
Okay, cool.
So we have time for a
Wait,
slumber party.
no, I know what time it is. What's I'm not entirely sure exactly what time
1
we started.
hour.
We're at 1 hour exactly?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay,
'Cause we had a little bit of delay in the beginning.
All right, cool.
All right. So, yeah, so she's like, do you actually ask her, like, how uncomfortable are you right now?
I just, Wadney, the way you said that, please take no offense when I say this. It seemed like someone was pulling your teeth out right in front of us. Are you okay? Are you sure you're all right with us staying in your home?
She looks at you, blinks the heaviest blink that anyone possibly could at another human being, and says, I prefer my privacy. However, I do not detest you all,
Aww.
so that will suffice.
I think that's the nicest thing you have ever said to us. Sure, fair. And Jovi's gonna go outside and play fetch with Dari for a while. Do you guys want to set up and do nails and get in pajamas on the back veranda?
She will, oh, by the way, she will say the garden itself is off limits.
Okay.
I do not want your dog dying from something it ate.
He's not going to eat anything.
Well,
he is
a
extremely
dog.
well trained, and I need to keep him with me at all times.
I'm not saying that you don't have to keep him with you. I'm saying that my garden is off limits.
All right, fine. Can we go in the front yard? I would like him to have some room to move around.
Yes.
Okay,
That's
then go to the
grass.
front yard.
God.
She's like, you can tell
Anything with Wadney, God.
she's like I grow extremely expensive magical reagents in my backyard. I do not. She likes Dari. She's just
She preferred that he didn't poop in her reagents.
yeah.
Because you know what could happen to those spells.
Look, I know that a lot of dogs are very poorly trained and they will just eat anything that is put in front of them. I have seen little furry shovels. I have seen them before, but he is not one of them.
That's
but
the
we will
name
go,
of our rowboat.
But we will go to the front yard. We will play there. It is fine. I understand that you don't trust him as much as you.
It is not trust. I understand some of the side effects of the things in my garden, and as well trained as Dari may be, they are intoxicating and alluring to most animals.
Your dog's gonna hump the roses.
No, he's already been neutered. That's not gonna happen.
It is entirely possible that it could harm him or he could harm my plants. And I am simply hoping to avoid that. Also, I don't want any of you getting yourselves hurt.
Okay.
Thinking, I wish to see what these flowers look like up close. And then you catch the pox and I have no way to cure it. So,
All right.
you as a ranger would recognize, having looked at the plants in her backyard, that that's probably possible.
No, that's fair. It's just she is so just touchy with everything.
Yep.
So I'm not going to give her that Moradin statue that I found. I will find someone else who will appreciate the gift. Thank you very much. Hey, Wilquist?
It's Wilquist.
Yeah, Wilquist. Do you want Wilquist? Do you want to come?
Wilquist.
Look, I'm saying the exact same thing you are saying back to me. I don't understand why you
Now,
keep
you're
saying your name over and
You're
over.
mispronouncing it entirely. It's Wilquist.
Okay, let's do this because you can't pronounce my name and I can't pronounce your name. Obviously, this is an issue that we need to get resolved. Spell your name for me on paper so I can see what it is you are trying to tell me your name actually is.
Spelled, big calligraphy. Gets out his calligraphy kit in a huff.
No
Huffy
one
old
has ever
halfling.
And
calligraphied
makes
with
this big
such...
ginormous calligraphy thing and says, "There."
Oh, it's an R. Guys, his name is Realquist. It's not Will. Oh, okay.
Does Busy Stoneacre look at him and go,
So,
Yes.
okay, so Realquist. Do I have that right now?
Yes.
Great. Now try mine.
Jovi.
You know, you're trying your best here, I can tell, but that first consonant is just getting you.
I apologize. Jovi.
No, that's the
Jovi.
that's emphasis on the wrong syllable. It is
Jovi. Jovi.
Jovi. J. So
Je.
go with me slowly on this.
Je. Je.
Jovi.
It's Wovi. Correct?
You know what? I'm just gonna leave this be, and she just throws her arms up in the air and just, fuck this. Nope, not doing it anymore.
And Realquist turns around and gives a little high five to what's your character's name again?
Gale?
Yeah, well, it's
Gale.
this is why I need table tents, okay?
Write
And
it
she
on the
didn't-
other
I
side
know
for
she should
him.
write it right on the other side. Yeah, give a little high five at Gale. Won that round.
We chuckle.
God damn it.
And then I go find some place to sit in the sun, and I put my cloak around me like it's 12 degrees out
Yep.
because my old bones.
And we
You
paint
gotta warm
nails.
up your old bones.
Uh,
I love it.
the day passes. Her house is incredibly nice. She has in her sitting rooms, she has the finest potpourri. She has accoutrement of someone that
Just bowls of hard candy.
Grandma.
she
Does she have cookies? Please tell me she has like fresh baked chocolate chip cookies.
no,
No, grandmas don't have that. They have bowls of hard ass candy.
ass candy.
And it's the colorful kind that all taste
The
like
ribbons.
sugar.
They all
all
taste
taste
like sugar, and they're always
stuck together.
Wait, that's what your grandparents did? Really?
Yep.
Yeah,
I-
but you are too young for this. Your
Okay.
grandparents don't have this candy.
Okay. Okay.
This is a thing.
This
It was
is-
always
this
a
is-
color with a white stripe and a ribbon,
ribbon
and it
candies.
always stuck together in this giant lump. But you never could tell until you went to reach for one.
We made it through the depression candy. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Truly. I don't understand it, but it's fucking everywhere.
I love it.
My
I mean, like, I
grandmother
would eat
had
some of it
all
right
of
now.
all of those hard candies that were wrapped up in the strawberry wrapper.
Oh fuck yeah, with the weird chewy in the middle.
Yeah. She just had 1,000 of those.
Yeah, where did they get them?
I don't
in
know.
such quantity.
I don't know because they don't exist anymore.
I think they do.
Do they?
I went to Candyland
Maybe.
at Deep Creek. Did you go to Candyland
No.
when you were at Deep Creek?
No.
I find them every Christmas because I am a grandma.
I was gonna say maybe you have to hit a certain age and then you can see them in the grocery
Right?
store. And
They're like festrals of candy.
yeah,
Oh my god.
and then when you
Once
bring
you hit age 50, suddenly the hard candies.
Fort Production is flipping this.
I
The
love
bird.
you.
The
I love
bird.
you, Grandma.
So Kat and I were at a power metal show not too long ago. And afterwards, we're standing around outside and she's like, my throat hurts. And I reached into my purse and I pulled out a Werther's. And I gave it to her. And then we both complained that we were tired and had to work in the morning.
Oh my god.
I went to Candyland at Deep Creek, and all I fucking bought was Bit-O-Honeys and Mary Janes and fucking Werther's. I went to a giant candy store. Just
When I
and
was
that's all
in
bought.
when I was in Epcot last time my family went to Disney World. So Germany used to have a big thing with Haribo, and they've switched and now are being sponsored by Werther's. And
right out.
there's just a picture of me like pretty much sexually assaulting the entirety of the Werther's display. It's just like
This is for me.
Ah,
Now I'm hungry for happy cherries.
yeah.
and little snakes.
So
No,
nighttime.
Candy,
she-
cigarettes,
her-
and dipping sticks.
So nighttime.
Well, hold on. I was gonna say
Yeah.
as a character point for her, it looks like everything that's nice in her house is not something she made, and for any of your characters that have any sense of what the inside of a nice house looks like, so it's mostly Realquist, I'm guessing.
Yes.
I mean,
I didn't know. I mean, living in the woods, I didn't know how Jovi.
She has a really
No.
nice stump.
No. So, okay. First little bit. I mean, she didn't always live in the woods. She's been traveling.
How
for,
dare you, sir? How dare you assume?
No, she's been.
I was allowing her backstory to fill in the current gaps.
Yes. Okay. So, she was raised in much higher breeding, so she would know what really nice houses and manors and castles and things like that look like.
You can tell that this is a poor person faking it.
Okay.
Yep. You can immediately tell that like none of this follows all of the shit that rich people think is important. That like this is someone who has been in a lot of rich houses but didn't have snooty parents going like, "Oh, yes, you never put like such and such plates next to such and such."
She didn't
like,
understand the exact etiquette and
like she's like she knows that people that have money have these things in their house, but not like the way
This is the most relatable shit.
like it's anybody that comes from an upper class background in this universe would recognize that like she was poor as shit at one point and came into a lot of money and was like, well,
Rich people have potpourri.
yeah, basically, and she just sort of has it, and like
so
it's
she's pretending to have a lot higher standing than she really does.
or pretending like she clearly has standing. And like the other thing that clues into this is all of her knickknacks and shit aren't like, oh, I have this because it's pointless. Like, no, she wears them like somebody gets tattoos. She's like, no, this was an important part of my life. And rich people don't have those adventures. Like they don't have that background. So it's this weird mishmash of basically like, I have a bunch of money now. I don't know what the fuck that means, but potpourri and mahogany sound good.
Okay.
And she
It's
clearly
like 3 geek chic tables.
she doesn't know how to cook.
So it's kind of a nouveau bitch.
Nouveau biche. She like the snacks that she gave you were was preserved in a way for someone that's spent most of their time on the road, like left in a bucket of salt. And like, yeah, that actually works as opposed to rich people that just have regularly fresh food brought in. So it's, she has a fuckload of common sense and none of the upper class upbringing to match her current status.
Okay. Got it.
And yeah, you pick up on that immediately now that you've actually had a chance to sit down in her house.
So
I think in that case, Jovi is probably going to want to, while she's preparing the spells or whatever she's doing in the basement, I think Jovi is going to start to wander around the house just to get a better look and see if there's anything maybe I would recognize. It's like taken from one of the bigger families of where I'm from, or just anything that I could recognize and point out. Just trying to figure out where maybe she got some of this money on these adventures, just like locations specifically across Greyhawk. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Give me a history check if you have it. If you
Okay.
don't, it's just intelligence.
I mean, it's just I'm just gonna get int.
Yep.
Okay, 13 plus 2, so that's a 15.
So you recognize that she has a lot of stuff from the South. All of her belongings imply some Southern country upbringing.
Okay.
Which
So little lawn jockeys.
yeah, right. Flamingos everywhere. No, it looks like she comes from like an arid region of some sort. But like all over the place. Like most of the stuff looks like she collected it while traveling north.
Oh yeah, I was just trying to figure out like where she spent most of that adventuring, if there was any area that like she favored, if that makes sense.
Yeah, with a 15, I'm going to say that you recognize. Where is the book? Greyhawk Gazetteer. I am pulling out my Greyhawk Gazetteer because I want to see if they have the coat of arms on here. You notice that a lot of the cups that she has have the marking of a red shield and a rotting human skull on them.
Okay. Is that
Which
it?
is not something that most people have ever seen before.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. If you were to take this to someone that like can cross-reference it with like coats of arms, it is a major
So-
country, but it's
Can I try and swipe one?
just steal one of her cups.
Either that. You know what? No, I wouldn't do that. I think I'm gonna try and take out a notebook and just draw a picture of it.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
pretty
so I can take
straightforward.
that to Cold Color later. Absolutely. So I draw out the red shield and skull.
Yep.
Perfect.
He would definitely be able to tell you. At that point, the dusk draws in, and from she goes into her basement and she says, "Now do not disturb me. I'm going to lock the door, and no matter what you hear, do not come into my basement."
God, Mom.
At
You
which,
can't tell me what to do, Mom.
Whatever you hear.
At which point, she begins the house begins to shake. And on that note,
You're not allowed to steal that line. That is my line. I do that line.
But he's the dungeon master now.
And on that note, this has been another episode of the Play Better podcast, bringing you the best in the world of tabletop, god damn it, tabletop pickup. This has been bringing you the best in the world of tabletop gaming and teaching you how to, God, fucking freb. This is what you get for being on Twitch. You get to see these intimate moments, these live, vulnerable moments, really.
I feel really close to you.
And on that note, this has been another episode of the Play Better podcast, bringing you the best in the world of tabletop gaming and teaching you how to play it better. Playbettercast@gmail.com, playbettercast@gmail.com, @playbettercast on the Twitters
and the Instagrams.
and the Instagrams. Hit us up. Let us know your thoughts about the things.
Play Better Productions on Twitch.
Play Better Productions on Twitch. That too. Like us where you can like us, and let somebody know that they should like us. I'm Cameron McNary.
I'm Molly McClanahan.
I'm Liz Brink.
I'm Nurse Hart.
And I'm Ryan Seguin.
Play well And so don't go anywhere, guys. We are just going to take a quick 5-minute break. You can like watch an empty table or something.
For the sake of ease for our local recording, if we briefly stop and restart the stream, it'll separate them as 2 different videos for me.
So we are not going to cross the streams, I think is what we're saying.
Yeah, so
But we're doing a double feature tonight. I know I'm going to be out of town next week, so we decided to do 2 episodes in one. So if you want to stay up late with us for the slumber party.
There's more coming.
So do we sit and like, do we have an after credit scene
For what?
for right now? Like we say we're leaving and we're going to stop the stream.
Oh, I
Then
think...
what if we don't?
Oh, this is like the last track on the
Make
album.
like you're jumping and freeze.
It is. It's the last track. Once Upon a Time, which is so fucked up on Spotify now.
Take us out, Kat. Take us out. We'll
Bye,
be
guys.
back.
We'll see you in a few.
We'll see ya.
Guys,